is very close.
And coming up next, we have on the TV table Jesse Johnson playing against Robert Niemeyer, two low 600 players, locals here in the Seattle area. We're going to be in for a good one there for those of you local fans.
Great shot from Dan. Has a good angle and position to come back for the 6.
He's on the hill, so knows the importance of this. He's looking maybe to play short side off of this purple, as the natural angle is going to be getting close to the black 8 here. I'll have 2 rails if he shoots it with a bit of stun or left-hand side, or both.
Dan Louie here, a Pacific Northwest legend. He won the Nineball World. He took the Nineball World Championship in 1976, defeating Mike Siegel.
Yeah, he's a previous world champ. Nineball, not many people know, but he's if you're from Seattle area, you do know the name Dan Louie. Oh, he did really well there. He checked it up a bit.
Came up a little straight.
Yeah, it doesn't want to get straight, although the second camera angle we can see here does show he has some angle going into the right rail, so just watch for him to float this up. Very, very non-orthodox cue action, Dan. He pulls back very short on the shot and kind of just pushes the cue forward, almost flinches at the shot even. But he does manage to keep his head straight for the most part, and a lot of other strong fundamentals that he's so used to it that makes up for it. Very, very accurate, his cue action when he shoots that way. You can kind of see it here in this shot. Doesn't pull back very far and just pushes forward. And that's
great recovery.
Not something you learn or teach at home, but he's done it for so long. It's kind of like that thing. You never change what's not broken after practicing it that long, and it's going to be a great run out if he can get out here.
Oh no, unfortunate.
That's the downside there. Had a flinch.
All right, now it's Masahiro's time to capitalize and make this a hill-hill match.
Big shot there from Masahiro, and he's perfect in the 9-ball.
Wow. Right. Yeah. Masahiro taking that back. We now have a tie game, hill-hill. Whoever loses here is out of the tournament.
Players are warming up on the main match table, so we got some time here to bring you some bonus coverage of a local legend, Dan Louie. Had a chance there, 8-9. And a bit of a flinch, a bit of a misclick maybe.
Over on table 5, we have Todd Hargrove breaking once again. He is currently up 5-0 over Jeremy Gradwall.
Wow.
Pretty solid break from Todd. He did sink the 8-ball, and he has a view on the 1.
Don't know where Masahiro is from, or don't know too much about him. I'll have to ask him and get some more info on him if he does win this match. He might be on some more stream tables. But a dry break there in Everyone always talks about how, oh, it's always going to be a dry break when it's hill-hill. Never ends cleanly. I feel like it's usually an oversampling maybe of a of observation, maybe observation bias when it comes to those, but we do have this case here. But Dan has a starter where he can actually get out here if the 3-ball passes the 4 or goes into the right middle pocket. He's just looking at the angle. Looks like Fargo Rate says that Masahiro is from Texas. Hopefully that is up to date. It's going to have to play a little bit of left here and hold this cue ball down the middle of the table. He looks okay here. I think the 9's going to be a little bit in the way, so just checking how he wants to get on this red 3 into the right middle pocket. Doesn't look like it passes the pink, although if it does, it's got to be a tight window. So I think the big shot here is going to be the 4 to the 5. This position's almost automatic from 3 to 4. Because 4 to 5, if you get that angle right on the purple 5 and get to the green 6, everything kind of leads to the next ball. So the rack really opens up after that pink 4, I think. Big shot here. I think he's going to come around the 9, maybe 2 cushions. He's got a shot.
Yeah, I think he needed to swing it a little more. Unless he is intending for the bank shot here.
Yeah, I think he's too steep, so bank looks like it might be right. He's come short on the bank, so these tables are starting to play a bit short now as conditions are getting worn in. They're not brand new. They're a couple weeks old. But he's gotten a fortunate result here, leaving it glued to the purple. I think really only has the option of thinning off the right side of the 3 and playing it up behind the brown. Maybe the green. Oh, he kind of nudged the rail as he shot that. You notice that?
Yeah, he caught it much too thick. You can kind of tell by his body language.
And that happens on these Rassons more often, but since you have to cue down a bit more, the cushion, sort of where the rail sits in relation to the cushion, is a bit higher than, let's say, a blue label diamond. You can't quite just level out as easily. You have to jack up a little bit when you're on the rail, and he touched the cushion sort of on the follow-through with his tip, and that caused a bit of a mishit, slowing down his cue. And this is a mistake. Can Dan capitalize? He's got to put a big stroke here on this shot. He played to roll forward 2 rails out of the corner. And now Masahiro has a chance. It's going to be a bit jacked up over the green 6, I think. Fortunately, doesn't have to do too much in terms of side spin with this ball. Just got to roll it in, I think. But I think pressure mounting for both these players. They know it's hill-hill. Good shot from Masahiro to make the ball, but he's going to get pretty straight and jacked up again over the green 6. And this was always the tough shot, getting the right angle on the pink to come across table for the purple 5. Watch outside pocket.
A lot of good spin here.
Watch outside pocket. Watch outside pocket.
He's hooked by the point.
Wow. What a shot to make that and hit the gap between the purple and 9. And oh boy, at this point you almost might as well prefer to have gone in, because how unlucky is this? You kind of knew that was an option though, so. I think the real mistake wasn't this, it was really just not getting too straight on the pink 4.
Update on table 5. Todd Hargrove took that other rack, so he is currently up 6-0 over Jeremy Gradwall. Successful break and a good position for the 2. Meanwhile, Michael Silvius potted the 9-ball on table 4, putting a point on the board for him.
Yeah, table 1's warming up still. Pause while we finish coverage of this hill match. Don't know what you do here if you're Masahiro, because I think the 9 might be in the way of the 1 rail escape. He's looking maybe to go 2 cushions around the brown 7 or black 8. Yeah, and that's going to be a ball in hand. Show the replay here of the great shot to make the ball and get the spin, play the line, but going dead into the side pocket. And where it held up, might as well have just given up ball in hand, I guess. So Dan Louie now just has to close out the bank account here. Folks are saying Masahiro shows a Fargo of 650 with 300 robustness, so he's probably pretty accurately even with Dan here. Dan is around the 650 to 670 range, I believe, 680. Obviously not the player he used to be, but still playing great for his age. Really, really strong still. He's going to have to roll this forward off 1 rail. How often it is. It's one thing to get the mistake and the ball in hand, but what really matters most is closing it out when the pressure's on. I mean, uh-oh, a mistake from Dan here. Didn't want to knock into that 8-ball. This is really, really thin into either corner pocket, so I think we're going to be seeing a safety here. Eight ball's in a good spot to just bank this ball up table. Like we said, he doesn't have the most conventional of cueings, but he is an ex-world champion back in the 70s. Some famous videos of him playing Earl Strickland, and he did beat Mike Siegel, I think, in that world championship to win back in 76?
76, yep.
So a legend here in the Northwest, Dan Louie. He's playing a solid containing safety there.
7-ball, not quite frozen to the rail.
Yeah, it looks close, but don't think there's any offense here for Masahiro. Playing separation with the black 8. It's got a good 7-ball. But I think our other camera angle does show he's left an edge of the brown 7. Send the cue ball maybe up table. So I think we're going to see another separation here. Clip off the left edge of the brown 7 and put the object ball right where his tip is. And send the cue ball 2 rails down to the bottom rail. Just looking to see if he can get in behind the 9 maybe instead with the cue ball. And if you guys see our thumbnail for the video, you can see Dan Louie in his younger years breaking on what used to be the old school style break, jumping off the table. Can he get a shot here? He's clipped the 7 too thin. Now Nineball, the only thing that can save him, and that's a mistake. Needed to push the 7 just up to where that second diamond is on the top rail, and then it's almost like anywhere the cue ball ended up would have been okay, but maybe he was a bit too focused on trying to get in behind the 9 there. Masahiro with a chance. Just has to hold his nerve, I think, really.
Yeah, the cue ball pass to the 8 in the same pocket is there.
He's okay.
Yeah, played that great. Think he can stop shot this and have the 9 in the bottom left.
Yeah, a tiny bit of angle, I think, going towards the top short rail. So if it's more than what our camera shows, he might choose to go forward with a high ball.
Here's the match on table 5 has concluded, and Todd Hargrove shut out Jeremy Gradwall 7-0 here on the B side.
Another good match coming up on table 5.
Shu Chang Chow versus Stephen Weekly. Shu Chang was very close to defeating Lucas Fracasso Werner yesterday in a hill-hill match.
A great shot here from Masahiro. This is hill-hill for the match.
Nineball is dressed up for the side here. And Masahiro will take this victory, eliminating Dan Louie.